Hey guys, as we wrap up 2019 and look ahead to 2020, I think it's only appropriate that we talk about 2020 vision. You see what I did there? Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the 88 Show. This is the internet's only dental show where we talk about what matters most in marketing. I'm your host, Joshua Scott. Guys, this is episode 121. Last episode of the year, coming off an amazing Thanksgiving break, not only because of all the food, but because of Ohio State handing it to Michigan again. That's what's up. Jim Harbaugh, we wish you the best of luck on your new adventure. 8 in a row, man, just makes us happy. Makes for a happy Monday morning. But guys, so excited about this episode as we go into another year looking at 2020. This episode right here is that 2020 vision. As we leave 2019 and go into 2020, how we can see clearly with 2020 vision. See what I did there? You like that? So anyway, the whole reason I thought about this is, man, at some point when I was in middle school, I remember being sent home after an eye test and my mom saying, we need to go get your eyes checked. And we go to the optometrist. Needless to say, I need glasses. We order them, come back. My mom brings them home one day and I put these glasses on. And I remember there was part of it where, like, being a middle schooler, you hate the thought of getting glasses, right? You're just dealing with those stigmas and stereotypes and nerds. And I was probably a little nerdy anyway, so adding glasses wasn't gonna help. But my mom brought these glasses home and I put them on for the first time. And looking out the window that evening on the couch, like sitting backwards, staring out the window and just realizing how clear everything was and how for the first time I was seeing stuff I didn't even know was there because I had never seen it clearly. And so I want to get into that on this episode. One of the tools that we use to measure visual acuity is actually called the Snellen eye chart. And we've all seen this, right? With the big E at the top and then row after row gets smaller as it goes down. The top E is 2200 vision. And if that's the only thing you can read, you're actually legally blind. And so for a normal person could read this at 200 feet away, but you have to be 20 feet from it to see it clearly. The very bottom row is 2010 vision, which means a normal person has to be 10 feet away from that, but you could actually be back 20 feet to read that. So your visual acuity is actually double what a 2020 vision is. And so, look, as we go into 2020, I think it's only appropriate that we talk about seeing with 2020 vision. And I want to give you 4 of my thoughts on what that means going into the new year. Number 1 is simply that: see clearly. Take the time to see clearly. And I know that seems real simple and real straightforward, but man, I know that I'm not the only one whose vision has become dulled from the grind of 2019, right? And sometimes that's the side effect of the hustle and the grind, is the vision gets dull. It needs refocused, it needs realigned. And so take some time, whether it's in December, whether it's in January, maybe that's not even your kind of year, your yearly cycle, but find some time when that year kind of breaks and you reset to sit down, ask yourself some questions, start to think clearly about things for the coming year, and map it out. Like, design, what does 2020 look like? And so I've already got some time blocked in my calendar through the end of the year and even into January, multiple days, multiple times to sit down and look at that. But ask yourself questions like, what do you want to see in 2020? What do you currently see? What do you want to see? What are some changes you'd like to make? What are some of the things you're not happy with, right? Like, bring in the disappointments, bring in the failures. How do we move on from those? Where, you know, what can we do to be productive in the ways that you want to be productive? And so first thing to seeing 2020 vision is, let's see clearly. Let's take that time to stop, get an eye exam, realign, and go from there. Number 2, see far. See far. When I first got those glasses, it was because I had nearsightedness. Like, I could see things near, but I couldn't see things far away. And so the lenses were a corrective tool to help me see things far away at a distance. And so as we go into 2020, part of visual acuity is actually seeing down the road. It's seeing far. It's seeing towards the end of the year. and kind of some of the things that are there and going, this is what I want to see happen. It's really interesting. I heard somebody say one time that we probably overestimate what we can accomplish in a year, but we underestimate what we can get done in the next 5 years. And so part of visual acuity is looking forward. I'll tell you, one of the tools I use to stay on track with this is what I call quarterly commitments. So for example, I am looking at things at the end of 2020 going, here's what I want 2020 to look like. I will actually back those up and put those as goals into quarterly chunks. So first quarter 2020, what are we going to get done? What are some goals to accomplish? Second quarter, those goals. Third quarter, those goals. And sometimes my team, they'll joke with me because I know it's like this idea happens. I'm like, yeah, that's second quarter 2020 because I know the goals that were packed into those quarters, but it helps to stay on track. And so that's a little pro tip. See far, set quarterly goals to make sure that you're staying on track to end the year where you want. All right. Number 3, see near. Some people have the exact opposite problem that I have, is that they can see far away, but they have trouble seeing near. They have trouble reading a book. Typically, as you get older, this is one of the things that begins to happen. And now we're in the bifocals and all that. But visual acuity takes both. It takes an ability to see far. It takes an ability to see near. And so knowing, like, not only is there the vision and it's like the fun stuff of what we want to see and accomplish and the growth, but it's also the discipline on the week to get it done and to kind of create that roadmap to get you there, right? Because it's one thing to see far away, but man, executing that on the daily, on the weekly can be a whole nother deal. And so for me, man, once I've got those quarterly commitments, all that then goes either into my calendar or my to-do list. Like if it's not in those two things, it's just not getting done. I live my life week to week, day by day, my calendar, my to-do list. And so those quarters, those chunks, man, break them down. What are the action steps? Where is the time you need to block to get through that creative project? What are the tasks that need to go into the to-do list to actually make sure this happens? Who are the conversations that need to happen with? So quarter down to a week in your calendar, in your task list, that's how you can see far and see near at the same time and stay on track. So that's number 3, see near. The last one, number 4, is to see imperfect. Look, I think as we talk about 2020 vision, we're talking about this visual acuity, this kind of level of perfection, but honestly, that is not all we base vision around. There's so many other factors, including your peripheral vision, your depth awareness. And so, look, you don't have to see perfect to start moving and to have great vision for 2020. In fact, I take the pressure off of myself. A lot of times, even with my team, I don't talk about it like it's vision, like it's goals. It's more, I use the term forecasting more than I do anything. And I'll be the first one to say sometimes, man, it's like I'm seeing some stuff. There's some shapes, there's some movements, it's cloudy, it's foggy. I think it's this, but I'm not entirely sure. The deal is though, you always keep moving towards it. If you wait for perfection, stops. Vision doesn't need perfection to keep moving. And so make yourself keep moving towards those things. The closer you get, the more you'll be able to make out what's actually going on. So guys, that's my thoughts, kind of my tips for 2020 vision. Number 1, see clearly, take the time to see clearly. Number 2, see far away. Number 3, see near. And then number 4, see imperfect, just keep moving. So I loved the glasses. Like, let me go back to that story. I loved the glasses because of the way I could see. I hated the way I looked in them. My mom knew that. It didn't take her long. I think it was my next birthday. She actually took me back to get contact lenses. And as a 13, 14-year-old man putting contacts in, that was a whole deal. But you know what? I did it every morning because I wanted to see clear. And so once you start to get that level of clarity, man, it's hard to go back to anything else. And so I encourage you, this break, this new calendar year, take some time to get a hold of that clarity and figure out what this next 365 days looks like for you, your organization, your business, your practice, and go from there. Embrace it. Guys, I appreciate you. 2019 has been a great year. I hope it's been a great year for you too. Would love to hear from you on Instagram is the best place to connect with me, @JoshuaScott. You'll find that down below. Man, looking forward to another year of 88 shows and bringing some more heat, some more education from the marketing world straight to you. Guys, have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll see you in 2020.